Alright guys, the topic that we are going to start today is renaming numbers. Something very basic, something that we all should understand. It's a foundation based on place values, so if you don't know the place value chart yet, this could be a little difficult for you, but please remember we did place values already. We have already understand that how place values work. Ones, tens, 100, 1000 is the chart and how we place those numbers in there. Now if I will say that I have this place value chart and I want to place this number there, and I want to know that how many hundreds are there in 4800. So how many hundreds we have in 4800? If you will say 800, then your answer will not be correct. The reason is that we have already 800 here, but we have some hundreds in 4000s as well. Some hundreds combine to make 4000, so we have to mention those 4000s as well here, that what are those hundreds which combine to make 4000s. So how are we going to do this? The first thing is I'm going to find out how many hundreds are there in 4800. For this I will start working with the place value chart. So we will draw the place value chart here first based on our prior skills. So we know that a place value chart is always starting with the ones, tens, hundreds, and thousands. So here I'm going to draw some columns here first. First one is here I will write ones, then tens, hundreds, thousands. Now the second thing, most important thing I have to do is I will bring this number which is written up there down in this place value chart. I will bring this down as it is. So I know that this is 4800, so I will write 4 in the thousands part here first, then 8 in hundreds, and 0 tens and 0 ones. I can read this number as 4800. This is really important. We should have the clear idea that how we are working with place values. Without this it will be difficult. I will take extra paper to show you the signs, that what sign or what symbol represents which value. Here is an extra paper and I will show you that how much each item, each cube represents. So I'm going to take out first one cube here, then I know that this is one cube. I can call this as 1. So I will write here simply 1 here, that this is 1 cube, and the symbol or the sign that shows this thing is 1 dot. We don't have to do any fancy thing here. We should be clear that this 1 dot represents 1 cube. Then we have a long bar. This long bar represents tens of these cubes. So this is my 1 bar of 10. So I know these are 10 cubes. 1 bar of 10, these are 10 cubes, and the sign for this is 1 line. Accordingly, if I will combine these tens of these bars, I will have one flat surface. That flat surface will have 100, because 10 of 10 bars, tens of 10 bars will give me 100 bars. So the sign for this one is a square, or this square shows that this is 100 bars, 100 cubes here. Now if I will take a 3D cube which has these flat surfaces on all 4 sides, then we have thousands of them, and the sign to represent thousands is this double square, which is 1.5 square, you can say, or is this kind of symbol. Now we're going to do this question according to the same skill. How are we going to do this? The first thing is that we should read the question. This is 4800, so I know that I have some thousands, some hundreds, and 0 tens and 0 ones. So let me write down here, let's say this is the 1000 part. So the sign for this 1000 we just discussed, I will draw a square and I will draw a line on it. So square here, square here. So I have 4000, so I will draw 4 of these. Now when I have 4 of these, I will move to the next part, which is hundreds, 800s. I know that flat surface equals to 100, so I have to draw 8 flat surfaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So 8 flat surfaces shows 800. Now the 1000 part still have some hundreds in it. I have to figure out those hundreds here first, because the question says how many hundreds are there. To find this out, we will discuss something here. Let me write down here. Let me fix it so that I can read it properly. Here I will write 100. So in this side of the question, how many hundreds I have, and in this question, in this side again, how many hundreds we have here. In the first part here, we know that this is 1000 part. So if we look at this one, this is 1000. It has all four sides. On each side we have 100. So we know that this is, let's say this is 100, 200, 300, 400, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So I have tens of tens, which is same as the thousand part. If I put them over each other, you can see they're same size, they're in same dimension. So this means thousands, because 10 of tens, 10 flat surfaces of 10 hundreds, sorry, 10 flat surfaces of hundreds combined to make 1000. Now I'm going to put this here. Let's say now I have, this means here the how many hundreds I have. I have let's say 40, because 10, 20, 30, 40. So 40 hundreds are I have on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So each one has 10 hundreds in it. So because 10 hundreds equals to 1000. This is very easy side, because we know that each represents 100. So look, this is 100, 100, 200, 300, 400, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 hundreds here. So we know that we can represent this combined. If I write this down together, I can say this, that this is 4800, because if I'll add this up total together, I know that 40 plus 8 makes 4800. Now what we did is we just wrote the same value in a different way. It's absolutely the same concept, but it is renamed in the different form. Number is still the same. We can say 4800, but how many hundreds we have in the thousands part, we just broke that part into a simple 100 portion. Now here, this is my answer. 4800 is my value here. Now what I'm going to do is I will move further from here, and we'll talk about that how this 48 times 10 can be written as, in 48 times 100, sorry, can be mentioned as hundreds, because this is the multiplication form. If they ask you, if the question says write this in multiplication form, then we should know that which number should be multiplied by 100 to make 100. So 48 times 100 makes 4800. This is the multiplication form of the same question, multiplication equation, you can say, for the same question. I will move further from here. I have a basic worksheet here that we will work together on the same thing with the same concept. Let's practice some of the questions here. Renaming numbers. This is 450 is equals to how many tens? So I have to find out actually how many tens are there in 450. So the first thing is I will put this into my place value chart. 450. So I know that I have how many tens. I can easily see as per my place value I have 5 tens, which is easy part. But in 400s, how many tens we have, I will figure this out by using the same the models which I showed you earlier, that flat surface equals to 1 flat surface equals to 100. So this is 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4. So I have to draw 4 flat surfaces here, because I know that each one flat surface shows 100. So 4 flat surfaces are showing 400 here, and then I have 5 tens. So I will just mention this 5 tens here. So this means long bars, each bars, and I will put them 5 of these bars, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 of these bars. So 4 of the hundreds and 5 of the tens. We know that we are figuring out how many tens we have in this one. So each one has each hundred, in each hundred how many bars we have. We know that we will regroup this one. We know that in 100 we have 10 of long bars. In 100 we have 10 of long bars. If you count this one, you can say 1, 2, 3. Let me show you this part here. If you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So each long bar, this is one long bar, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 long bars, and in each bar I have 10. So 10 times 10 actually is 100. So I can easily understand that this is my hundreds bar. Now I will just make this, I will show you that how this is equal to, let me show you by using the model here. I will place them together. I have 10 of these long bars, and when I put all those 10 long bars over the flat surface, they are absolutely equal in size. So 10 of the long bars is equals to 100. So 10 long bars equal 100. So for 100 flat surface, I will write here how many bars: 10, 20, then 30, and then 40. So 40 long bars, 40 of tens, 40 of tens shows 400. And then we know that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of tens makes 55 tens. So now if I'll regroup this number, I'll simply say 45 I will simply mention this as 45 tens equals to 450 as my number. Now remember that 40 tens are here and 5 tens are here. The question was 450. We are writing them, renaming them in the form of tens. So 4510 will be my simple answer. Now the next part which says here is actually multiplication equation. For multiplication equation we have to use the basic rule. We know that this is 450, so 45 times what makes 45 times what makes so I will just put 10 here. 45 times 10 make 450, so my answer is 450. This will be my answer for this part here, 45 tens. So how many tens we have in 450? We have 45 tens in 450.